Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Channel, and we're here back with Driven Couples. And today we're gonna show you, like I'm just gonna tell you like straight up how to dominate in a down market. A lot of people are struggling, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to change, they don't know how to pivot. I recommend you to go read that book, Who Moved My Cheese? Because somebody just moved your cheese. Now you gotta find the cheese. So you gotta figure it out. You know, you gotta go around, you gotta go over, you gotta go below, you gotta jump over it, you gotta go underground. You gotta do whatever you gotta do to change and pivot. Because if you're waiting for the economy to get better, it's not gonna get better. Like if you're waiting, oh, you know what? I'm gonna wait till they start giving me more loans. I'm gonna wait till they start giving me free money, checks. I'm gonna wait till they start deferring my payments again, my car payments, my credit card forgiveness. Like I'm gonna wait. No, look, what you gotta do right now is you gotta change, you gotta recreate yourself, and you gotta pivot. Because if you don't do that, then you're gonna die and go out of business, and you're gonna start crawling, and you're gonna start like having nightmares. Well, you're probably having nightmares already, but you're gonna have a real nightmare, and you might not wake up from it. So today, I wanna show you how to dominate in this bad economy. So a lot of people right now, well, not a lot of people, but a lot of the 1%ers are dominating right now because there's no competition. People are killing. There's very few people that are killing it. You know, they're dominating right now. And then there's a lot of people that are struggling and having their worst year so far of their life. They're not even producing anything. They're not even closing deals. They're not selling. They're like stagnant. They're frozen. They don't know what to do. And then a lot of these people, I tell them, hey, you know what? You got to change. You got to start doing things differently. And they don't do it. Right. And next week, they don't do it. Next month, they don't do it. Right. They don't change. So what you got to do is you got to start getting ready to be uncomfortable, because this year is not going to get any easier. And if you don't get uncomfortable, if you don't start doing things that you don't like, things that make you feel scared, things that frighten you, that make you shake, that make you tremble, that make you paranoid, you got to start doing it right now. So if you're one of those that's saying, I'm not going to get on social media, I refuse to do lives, I refuse to post, I refuse to create content, I refuse to get on camera, I refuse to get on the internet, then get ready to have a heart attack. So, Syl, I have a list here of things on how people can dominate right now. A lot of things they have to do different. They got to change, they got to pivot, they got to recreate themselves. But how do you feel about this economy? Is it bad? Is it easy for you? And what are you doing to combat it? And why are others not doing it?
It's easy for me because I have you.
That's for her.
Just kidding.
Yeah, well, not everybody has me. There's not a lot of me's here. So you ladies watching this, it's not going to be easy to go find a daddy like me. Right, Italia? So you're going to have to make money on your own, because you're not going to find somebody like me.
So, I really believe that reinventing yourself is extremely important, and also being okay with being uncomfortable, because a lot of people don't like change, right? Change is good all the time, and all the time change is good, right? Things can always get better, processes, your power schedule, for example, but a lot of people want to do the same thing and get a different result. And the reality is that that's not how it works. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get to where you want to be, or at least, for us in sales, it's, okay, what do we have to change? What skills need to be polished, right? Because everybody has strengths and everybody has weaknesses. But what are your strengths? And then you capitalize on that, because that's what's going to get you to the next level. A lot of people just don't like to work hard, Al. It's not that they're not willing to change, because social media is something that,
yeah, but
you're always telling people, go live, do this,
with social
do that.
media. With social media, you don't even have to work hard. Social media,
you're working smart.
I go live for 1 hour and I make 10 G's.
I know.
It's easy. All I have to, like, for a normal person, I could just work 1 hour and make 10 G's and I'm done. 10 G's you live a good life, 10 G's a day.
Yeah.
In 1 hour. So that means I have 23 hours left. I sleep 3 hours. So I have 19 hours to go spend the 10 G's every day. That's a good life to me.
Yeah.
1 hour of work.
I could spend that in an hour.
So I could create. I could really create the 7 hour. I could create the 7 hour work week.
That's $300,000 a month.
Yeah, pocket change.
So, so back to what we were saying.
Easy. It's easy. You don't even have to work hard with social media. So why aren't people getting on social media? Why?
So a lot of people are, it's like, think about when you started growing your following, doing lives, and there was 1 or 2 people on there. I feel like a lot of people, you did, but a lot of people can't get past the fact of like their ego or feeling like they're not good enough or their accounts aren't growing fast enough, right? And when you provide value, you're gonna grow.
Yeah,
even
but
if
I told people how to grow their accounts. They got to be controversial.
Right.
Like if they're posting boring content. Hi guys, I'm a realtor. If you need my services, I helped a lot of people buy a house. Reach me below. I am 20 years of experience and I work for this company that has CRMs technology and they've been in business for so many years and they're so good. Reach out. That's not going to give you any views or growth.
And they have all their CRMs with no clients in them.
Exactly. but I was going to get into that, but it's not working. Like people criticize me, Albert. Stop posting things so nasty, so controversial, and people that are telling me that are broke. Like, why would I listen to a broke person telling me, "Hey, change your content up. Look, close a deal in 4 months."
Right.
And then give me advice. Like, stop being fat ass, broke ass, or else I'm not gonna pay attention to you. Okay, don't give me any advice. You're broke. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know. You're a failure. So I'm going to listen to people that are making $1 million a month.
Right.
People that are making $2 million a month. People like one of my friends that I mentored, he's making $9 million a month.
I know, that's crazy.
He just got himself a Bugatti. And all his money is made online.
Yeah.
So why aren't you getting online? Real estate agents, loan officers, solar people, insurance people, get on social media. Listen to me. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Who gives a shit? Stop caring about yourself. Look, like I tell people, if you don't like the way you look, go change it. If you're ugly, go get surgery, get Botox, fillers, whatever you have to do. Go get, like, whatever you got to do, go fix it. Now, if you're so ugly, because, some people are watching this and maybe they're ugly.
You're not ugly, you just don't.
No, broke. If you're ugly, there's people that are really ugly. If you're ugly and even surgery can help, then accept that you're ugly. And go create content anyways. Do it anyways.
Right.
There's George Lopez, the comedian. Is he ugly or not?
He's decent.
He's not decent.
He's horrible looking.
He's not decent. He's not good looking. So he makes a lot of money. He's one of the most wealthiest comedians in the world. This guy has everything. So if he did it, why can you? You got to go do it too.
Well, not everybody sticks to the plan, right? When you don't see results right away, that's when most people give up. And the reality is you got to keep going. When you see nothing happening, when you don't know that you're working so hard and, no deals are happening. So you have to change the approach, right? But how do you stay consistent when things aren't working, when you're not seeing the results, when you're not getting paid, right? For realtors and lenders, it's very common, and you just have to know, you have to keep going, and you have to know that everything will compile. It's like momentum. Once you have it, you can't lose it, because there's a lot of people, they'll close a deal or two and they disappear for 3-4 months. And
then you lose the momentum when you disappear.
You lose the momentum. You got to come back. You got to start all over again. And the reality is you just got to love what you do and you keep going. And even if you don't love what you do, because you're never going to love everything that you do.
I hate most of the things I do.
I know. So do I. But it's like you still have to get that done. It's not going to go away and it's not going to do itself. So it's like, how do you enroll yourself and remind yourself that this is just part of the process?
I know how.
How?
Well, you have a family, you have responsibilities, you have employees, you have people that work for you.
Yeah.
You have family, parents, right? You isn't that enough motivation to get your ass up and stop being a fucking lazy ass?
Not for everyone.
Yeah, it is. It should be.
It should be. You're right.
Do you have a broke boyfriend? Do you have a broke girlfriend? Do you have a negative girlfriend? Do you have a negative boyfriend? Do you have a negative wife, negative husband? Get him out. Divorce yourself. Break up with them. You don't have to deal with that shit. Life is too short. Do what makes you happy. Enjoy the journey young. You don't want to be a 60-year-old that can't get it up anymore. And finally, they have a jet. Finally, they have a Bugatti. You want to get it young. You want to do everything young. Enjoy your youth when you're beautiful, if you're beautiful, and have fun. Enjoy the process. You know, so like every single day, consistency. You talk about consistency. Like I'm the most consistent guy on the planet. I do my lives every single morning. 1 hour, 30-minute break, and another hour every single morning. No matter what happened yesterday, no matter what how I feel in the morning,
Right.
Nobody gives a shit how I feel. I wake up and I do my job, and every single day, no matter what, I put in an hour of weights. I put 40 minutes of intervals, cardio, intense intervals, sprints, every single day. Like this is like my 5th hour filming today, 5th hour. Ask me if I'm tired.
Are you tired?
Not one bit. And I still have another thing to do. Like, I don't stop. It's impossible to stop somebody that doesn't stop.
Right. Someone that doesn't give up.
And look, sometimes I do a live. This is for you, for you quitters watching me. Okay, if you're a quitter, raise your hand. I can't see you through here right now, but raise your hand. You know who you are. Look in the mirror. Look, I have lives. I have presentations. I have pitches. When they go wrong, and they go wrong, I don't sell anything. I don't make money, or I always make money, but I make a little bit of money. Okay, like maybe that instead of making 10 G's, I make 5 G's in 1 hour. And it's a bad hour. I don't put my head down. Like I do it again. And sometimes I have back-to-backs that are not that good. It's kind of like a basketball player, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You know, they have bad games. They don't have 60-point games every single game.
Right.
Sometimes they have bad games. And guess what? Sometimes they have bad streaks where they play like 5 consecutive or sometimes even 2 weeks of bad games. But what happens? They keep practicing. The consistency is there. And if you're consistent enough, it's going to turn around. And then you're going to have your greatest games back to back to back. You're going to go on a great streak where you're making so much money back to back to back to back. So it's all about consistency. If you are failing, not getting the results you want, but you're giving it your all, keep doing it, because maybe tomorrow you'll have your biggest day ever, maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. But you can't stop. You can't put your head down. You got to keep your head up and keep going, and not let a bad day or a bad presentation or a bad week mess up your future. You got to keep with the consistency. And most people, they're not consistent. They don't get results. They have bad days, and then they quit like little weaklings.
Yeah, quitting is the easy way out. Continuing with the plan is a lot harder than quitting, I think. But, you know, when you continue with the plan, eventually you're going to get to, you know, a good place, and then you just keep going. Because I always talk about this, but the finish line, the target always keeps moving, right? You never really get there, because as time progresses and as you grow in your career and you grow your business, there's different levels and different facets. But the beginning is always the hardest, because then later again, once that momentum starts to build up, you know, everything starts to happen at once, you know. And for example, I use you as an example, you know, your first probably 5,000 followers were the hardest, then 10, then 20, then 30. But then when you get to a certain level of following, I feel
it compounds.
Like it compounds. And then when you start to collaborate with some of these crazy guys, you know, like how they flew you out to Miami to speak and all that good stuff, it's like
They're flying me out to Canada.
Yeah.
They want to fly me out to Europe.
Yeah. So it just starts to happen all at once. But why? It's because you don't give up. And when you don't give up and you always do the right thing, the right things are always going to be there for you, you know? So it's like you have to just keep pushing through it. And I would say mindset is the most important thing. At least if you're an entrepreneur or you're in sales, like you have to have such a strong mindset where you're able to shake it off. Remember when we would be like, what was it? What was that thing that we used to do? Shake it off, shake it off.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Remember? So we would do that because it's like some days, you know, we wake up and it's like bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb.
It's like that every day still.
Yeah, but there's days where it's extra bombs, where it's just like, oh shit, you know, and you have to go based on priority.
You got to be prepared to beat the best at your worst.
Yeah.
So like, for example, like I didn't tell you this, but when I spoke at the last event with Anderson, I was at my worst. I had a workout. So I worked out I was feeling good in the morning. So I went and I worked out.
You were running when
and then I did sprints. I did sprints. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if I went too hot and cold too fast, or the sprints, or I caught in like I caught something like an aire. You know when you get an aire on your back? So I don't know how you say that in English, but like I caught like a cold on my back. So when I was walking back to my room to shower and get ready, I was feeling good. But when I entered the room and I started shaving, I'm like, man, I had such a bad pain on my top back. So my back was like, I just couldn't move anymore. I was like, and I'm like, fuck, I can't move. And then I'm showering, but I didn't feel good at all. But you still have to get there and perform.
Yeah.
So even when you don't feel good, at your worst, you have to be able to beat the top. So like even at my worst, I could beat the top. Like they don't have a chance. And you think about champions, right? In boxing, UFC fighters. Sometimes they have diarrhea before the fight. Sometimes they get a flu before the fight. Sometimes they break a rib or a hand before the fight. And guess what? They can't cancel the fight.
Right.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
So you got to fight with a broken hand. And guess what? You got to be able to beat the best at your worst.
Yeah.
And that happens. That's why they stay undefeated. Like that's why somebody like Floyd Mayweather, that guy is impressive. You know, that guy won 50 fights, no losses. He beat everybody. And a lot of those fights, I guarantee you that he was not at his best. So you got to be able to beat the best at your worst. And most people can't even most people suck.
Well, greatness,
so they have no chance.
I read something the other day that says that greatness is given to everyone, but not everybody can handle it. Meaning not everybody's willing to go through all the pain to get to the finish line or to get to be the greatest, because there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. A lot of sacrifice.
Wait,
and not everybody's built for it.
Repeat that again? Giving to everyone?
So that greatness it's there for everyone. Basically, it's given to everyone, but not everybody can really handle it and follow through with it, because we're all great to some extent, right? Now, are you going to go past everybody to be a champion? Not everybody can handle what that looks like as far as sacrificing goes, training, commitment, consistency, the discipline that it takes, you know, because oftentimes, at least in our industry, you know, you see people, they're like, yeah, 2 months, they're pumped up, 3 months, 4, 5, 6, and then bam. Why? Because there's not always going to be great results, you know, and it's not always going to be overnight either.
Well, you got to dominate in a bad economy. So that's our
a lot of people do dominate.
That is our topic today, right? So talk about how, I mean, nobody has bigger balls than me or bigger bills than me. So what happened when I make big moves and then things change? Talk about like 3 years ago when I started going live and I was selling $67 memberships.
Right.
Like I was busting my ass doing an hour in the morning, an hour in the night, not seeing my kids. I would wake up before everybody because I needed to get ready, work out. I never stopped working out. I've always had a six-pack. I have a pretty damn six-pack right now. And I would do a live in the morning so I wouldn't see my kids. And then I would leave before they would wake up. I would get home, get another live, wouldn't see them because they would fall asleep. So I really didn't even enjoy my kids. I had a fucked up life, but I was doing whatever it took. And now I'm still doing whatever it takes. But I always pivot and I figure things out.
Right.
And that's what most entrepreneurs don't have. Mindset is important, but you have to figure it out. There's always going to be moments in your entrepreneurship where you're going to have to figure things out. And if you don't figure things out, recreate yourself, then you're going to go out of business and you're going to struggle and you're going to have a heart attack and die. So talk about that moment 3 years ago, more or less. I started doing these masterminds and I learned from that. And then I changed and I keep changing and I find bigger ROIs, return on your time.
So basically he changed his pitch. You changed your ask, what you're asking for, right? Because selling a $67 subscription is the same thing as selling a 5K mastermind, right? You're just changing the approach. You're changing the product, but it's the same amount of energy and effort. So it's like making a decision. Do I want to charge $67? $2,000, $5,000, like what does it look like, right? And I would say that's one of your specialties, like you said, because like I told you, Okay, you did all of this. But you, because you know what my idea was and what your idea was. So for me, I'm like, okay, now let's figure it out. Like, what are we doing? You know, because ultimately we have no control over the economy. We have no control over shitty people. Because sometimes you think people really have your back until it's time for them to show that they really have your back, and then they never had your back to begin with, right? So that's part of entrepreneurship. It's part of growing a business. It's part of growth. It's, you know, it's just what happens, you know. And as far as I'm concerned with you, I'm like, okay, I know we'll figure it out, everything, whatever it looks like. And not everybody, like you said, has the courage. I'm not going to say the balls, but the courage that you have.
But think about it. Like we talked about earlier, there is no other Albert. Like, you work hard, you run operations, but I wake up way before and I go to sleep way later. And sometimes I lose sleep. I can't even sleep.
Same.
Because I'm figuring out the money shit.
Yeah.
So like, I make so much money to pay all of this stuff. Yes, we're all a team, but imagine if you had like a weakling leader, a weakling CEO.
We wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here. Yeah. We would be in a shithole.
Yeah. Well, people never grow because they're scared, right? It's different commitments. I always say everybody wants to be the boss until they have to pay the bills, right? Everybody wants to be the boss until they know and realize what it takes to be a real boss, right? Because it's easy to say I have a company or I have a business, but you don't have a company and you don't have a business. Making up a name with no corporation, number one. Number two, you don't have any W-2 employees. That's not a business at all, you know. And we started there a long time ago. Well, actually, no, we always had the corp. But meaning, a lot of people don't even understand 1% of what running a real business. Our
corporation for TMG has been active in business for 11 years.
Yeah, no, I know
11. That. And before that, I did another 10 years myself of real estate and mortgage.
Right. So, again, because of your craziness,
tenacity, grit, domination, attitude,
big dreams,
hard work, and the good looks.
Anyway, so yes, you know, it takes a lot. And I think most people, they get discouraged, they stop, or they thought it was going to be easier than what it is. And then they're like, oh shit, right? But then they buckle down rather than figuring out what to do and how to continue to push through.
Why do people buckle down?
Because it's not easy being the boss.
Why can't people run 5 companies, do 2 masterminds a month?
Because they don't have a wife like you.
8 years of Driven Conference, a big one. 5 years of Driven Business. Now it's Driven Business Summit. We just changed the Driven Business Bootcamp to Driven Business Summit. And not only that, like before we get into another thing right here, is I want to tell everybody here that's watching this, if you're a small business owner and you know you're going through it right now, you're running out of capital, and you need help with equipment, financing equipment. Maybe you want to open another location. Maybe you need to hire another person, and you're kind of in a business that you don't get paid right away. Maybe you get paid in 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 90 days from now, and you want to get some capital right now because your bank statements show deposits every month. Then you guys can. I have a new company where you can apply and get business financing for any of that. So apply here, click the link below and go to drivenfunding.com and apply for some financing. You could use it for all of the stuff that I said, but maybe you want to expand. Maybe you're doing okay, but you need more expansion, meaning you need a second location, or you need to hire an assistant, an employee. Get some financing, hire the employee, and then you're going to double your time. You're going to get more horsepower. You're going to do more. Because remember that rich people buy time, poor people waste time. So use the money. The money is garbage. It's garbage. If you don't use it, it's garbage. It's trash. You got to get the money and use it, or else it's good for nothing. If you have money in the bank, get rid of it, because money in the bank is dropping in value every single day, goes down in value. So let's say you have a 100 grand. Okay, so every single day that passes, the 100 grand in dollars is less and less and less and less. You got to invest it into appreciation, something that's going to increase the value. So if you have a business, most beautiful thing you can have, because businesses create cash flow. and that's an asset. That's something that's going to produce money. So make sure you use your money to grow your business. Another thing is this Saturday, right? You'll watch this. We'll launch it tomorrow if we can, Anthony. But if you're watching me on Instagram, click or comment, send me a comment, Mastermind. Also, if you have any questions on Instagram, ask me some questions here, okay? But DM me Mastermind. I have one ticket. This ticket is $5,000, all right? So it's $5,000. You gotta be serious. You gotta be a small business owner making at least $200,000 or more. And if you're serious, you have the $5,000, all right? I don't want to take your last $5,000, or maybe I do because I know it'll change your life. But if you have $5,000, DM me Mastermind, and I'm gonna get back to you right now when I get off of this. But this is the best 5K you'll ever spend. You're gonna come here to our office this Saturday. I got Diamond right there that DM Mastermind. So you commented. So DM me. It's $5,000. I can only take one person. Right. Okay, we are at capacity, but I'm gonna make space for one person here on the live watching this. DM me Mastermind. It's $5,000. I'll send you the link. You guys can go buy it, and I'm gonna open up the link actually because we're out of space. But I'll make space for you. This includes a full day with us this Saturday. If you can't make it this Saturday, you could make it the following Saturday. Okay. Now, from 9 in the morning all the way till about 8-9 p.m. We're going to go through every single detail about business. We're going to go through sales, marketing, building systems, processes, operations, building company culture, networking, investing, what CRM to use, how to use it, how to blow up. All of that stuff, we're going to go over it. And it's here in person. It's limited to 10 people, very one-on-one. We're going to have session number 1. Then we go to lunch. Then we have session number 2, session number 3, session number 4. We're going to create content. We're going to show you all our departments, all our office, our headquarters, our studio where we're at right now, locker room, showers, training center, our bar, our lounge, our gym, our balcony, every single thing that we do here to grow our businesses. Remember, we started 8 companies from scratch, all right? And 5 of them became multi-million-dollar companies, right? We built businesses that make $30 million for our beautiful families here, all right? $30 million a year, that's gonna be $60 million pretty soon, $120 million, and so we're like 2 years away from $1 billion. And I'm very excited. I want to show you how we did it. We're young. We're Latinos. We're millennials. If we did it, anybody can do it. I'm a former ESL student, former special ed student, and I'm the visionary. But the good thing about this is that in person, you're going to also spend time with Syl. Syl is the operator. So she has that operator face. She runs operations for all the businesses, systems, processes, how to hire, how to fire, how to deal with people. And so don't miss out. Like I said, I only have one space. It's $5,000. This VIP ticket usually goes for $10,000. Okay, it's $10,000 to come spend one-on-one time with me. Now, I'm gonna give it to you for $5K, but it's a VIP ticket, which is a better ticket. You're getting it 50% off. And not only that, you're gonna get 1 year of my weekly business coaching. Every single week, we have a 1-hour Zoom call, business coaching. You're going to get access for a year to that. You're going to get my cell phone number, and I'm going to work very closely with you. So if you want to jump on this deal, say no less. If you're ready to pull the trigger, just send me a DM, Mastermind, and I'm going to get you in VIP, and I'm going to throw in a special bonus for you. But you guys got to do it right now. So having said that, one thing that I want to go over is like people that haven't closed a deal all year. I mean, they haven't closed a deal like closing like the last quarter of last year and the first quarter of this year. And these people were talking about, we need technology, we need CRMs, and they don't even have a pipeline. Right. So if you don't have a pipeline and you haven't closed shit, why do you want a CRM for? Why do you want technology? You know, like, or also Syl, like that's one thing, but operations, systems, processes, very important. But if you don't have a business, if you don't have a revenue, that you need a visionary for revenue, you're not going to have anything to operate. Sales. So you don't even need an operator if you don't have revenue, if you don't have sales, right? If you have an event, yes, you need an operator. But if you can't sell tickets, if you can't draw a crowd, like Canelo Alvarez and Albert Preciado, you're not going to have ticket sales to operate. You're going to have an empty stadium, an empty conference. So both are very important. But why are people so interested in, I got to learn more information, I got to get technology, I got to get a CRM? They don't have any pipeline. Why do people have it twisted? Because they don't seem to understand me.
So I think a lot of people have it
Twisted.
Yeah, because so I always say this. You have to be an amazing employee if you ever plan to go into business for yourself. Why? Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Most people are extremely lazy. And I don't mean the good kind of lazy. I mean like they're just lazy, right? So then who's to blame because I don't have the results that I want? Is it my broker? Is it my relationships, my friends? No, it's yourself. Because all the people that don't produce, I guarantee you that they're not putting in the right work, the right prospecting, and the required time to achieve results, right? Like, I'm like, what the hell are you doing at home chilling at 3 p.m. if you're a salesperson? It's the craziest thing, right? And then I start to notice these things of people that complain about everything. I'm like, no, you're the problem. Because you don't need a crazy CRM. Pen and paper do. You know, the most super uber successful people that I know, they just write everything down. I'm not saying technology is not good and that it's not helpful.
Technology is good if you have a pipeline.
Save your life. Yes,
if you have
exactly.
a pipeline.
Exactly. But you still have to be able to do the follow-up, hire the people that, you know, whatever, your LOA, your realtor, your assistant, whatever it looks like to help you buy more time to do more, right? But when you don't have that, you're fully responsible for all of it, you know? So the only way to be able to grow is to hire someone to double and triple down, right? Because us as one human, yes, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. However, they're allocated differently depending on your responsibilities, if you have kids or not. It's so many different things. But some people know how to leverage and use their time wisely, and most people spend all day wasting their time. You know, and it's those non-producers. They know all the gossip. They know all the cheeseman. They know everything going on with everybody and everybody's business but their own, which is crazy because then you ask yourself, like, what is going on? Because at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're looking for your next customer, that you're prospecting, that you're following up properly, that the current clients that you have, that you're nurturing them, you know, providing great customer service. Because from one client, you'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess who I just got into escrow? You remember Grace Pineda? Her mom? I sold her mom a house. That was the last property that I showed and that I got into escrow. I was pregnant with Italia, actually. So I just sold her daughter that helped her mom qualify. And she's like, I would never go with anybody else because I gave that one to Alexi. So me and him are on that one. Patty's the LO. And she texts me. She's like, Patty sent me this. Do I have to read it or can I just sign it? I'm like, sign it. She's like, you're like an angel. You know, and those are the kind of customers that you want. Customers that know that you care about them, that you're there for their best interest and to protect, you know, whatever they're doing, buying, flipping, whatever it looks like, and whatever investment, that you're looking out for their best interest, because that's going to be a client for a lifetime, you know. And I always say this because it's a truth. It's facts. You know, if you treat people good, they're going to always be loyal to you, right? And that's what we did with the mortgage guys and Ambiance, you know, and they still like trust us with their eyes closed, you know, and that's a really good feeling because I'm like, why can't everybody just get it and understand that? Because once you understand that aspect of business, you're always going to be in business because you're going to get a ton of referrals. You're not going to have to be chasing the next deal because you've messed it up in escrow, you know. And for us, I'm just like, we try to teach that. We work hard to teach that to our people. The most successful ones, they understand that customer service and setting that expectation, over delivering, you know, not under delivering. Over promising and under delivering is really bad. So how do you get there, you know? And it's just with experience and with time and really caring about people, because most people are just looking out for themselves, for their best interest, right? But when you're like in our position as brokers, we have a bunch of salespeople. Like, we care about all of them, but, we're teaching people to care about the customer. Because if you care about the customer, you're always going to be in business. And you're going to grow 20, 30% year after year after year, right? And those people that have been doing the same thing for 20 years, every year the same thing over and over again, they're never going to grow, and it's really quite sad, because I feel like a lot of younger entrepreneurs, realtors, salespeople are doing a lot better than some of the older people that have been in the industry for a long time, old school, because they don't want to change. And as the world
Why are people scared of change?
As the world evolves
I
and
change
as
like
the
this.
world changes, we know.
Why are people scared of change?
That's how it is. It's the world.
That side eye.
The what?
'Cause he's
The
just-
side eye.
So it's
Am
the
I
world.
just like crazy?
Babe, you're very crazy, yes. But we can say that about Cardiff too, the owner of Cardiff. Like, there's very few people in the world like you, and that's why they get to crazy places in life, because that's just what it is. It's your vision, it's where you're going, but then there's a work ethic that follows behind it. Because I posted something the other day that Patrick said, and he said that lazy, what was it? The most dangerous people in society are lazy, ambitious people. Because those lazy, ambitious people, guess what? Envy builds up. But it's like they're lazy. They don't even work.
They have no
the work
chance.
ethic. They don't have a chance. That's right. That's right.
Look at all those envious people. They faded like ducks.
That's what happens.
They're quacking in the
Teamwork.
lake.
There's money to go around for everybody.
Stuck in the lake
People
with
get
the rest of the
greedy, though.
ducks.
People get greedy, and then they go make 100% of nothing. And for me, I'm like, we all
You know
make
what they call them
money.
ducks? Because they have a big beak, big
Oh,
mouths.
no.
They just like to talk, but they're just ducks. They're stuck there with the rest of the ducks, just talking about the eagles.
Yeah, but what else do you want to talk about?
What else do I want to talk
You have
about?
your notes.
Huh?
You have your notes.
Well, NAR research, look it up. So NAR. So this is a tip for realtors. Watch, because I know a lot of realtors and loan officers follow us. So this is data. Okay, these are facts. So NAR research, look it up. NAR research on Instagram. If you look it up, that page has a lot of followers. It's NAR. Okay.
National Association of Realtors.
So look it up. There was a study done. So this is gonna wake you realtors up and actually fix your brain. Okay. They did a research of where are you getting all of your quality leads from,
Instagram.
and they had a bunch of choices, right? Door knocking, cold calling, open houses, you name it, and social media. Okay. They had so many votes from all the realtors nationwide. And guess what?
Social media.
How much quality leads comes from social media right now? Like nationwide, from all the realtors. Look it up. NAR research on Instagram. How much do you think?
Like percentage or?
Yeah.
80%?
54% of all quality leads. So 54% of all of realtors' business is coming from social media.
Wow.
54%. That means that social media is more important than door knocking, than cold calling, than visiting offices, than anything you do.
Crazy.
Social media should be number one. You need to start doing that, or else you will go out of business. All right? So that's a study. That's data. Those are facts. NAR research revealed that. So if you're saying, I'm not going to do social media, I'm just going to do the old way, the old school way. I'm going to go back to the basics. No, you're not going to go back to the basics. You're going to go back to the dumpster. That's what's going to happen. So wake up, and instead of driving your business to the ground, get on social media, because that's the only way you're going to survive. Only way, because 54% will soon be 70%. It'll soon be 85%, because social media is taking over everything. Now we're at 5 billion people that are on social media. That's over 65%. It used to be 4.8. Now it's over 5 million.
Wow.
411,000 people join social media a day. So daily, 411,000 people are joining social media.
That's
It's not
a
going
lot.
anywhere.
That's
So that's why when I go live, every time I go live, I keep making money. I keep making money. I keep making money. You have Yados, makes $1 million a month. You got Wes Watson, $2 million a month, right? Why? Because social media is the place to be at. But you got to be consistent. What took me 10 years to grow mine, I know how to get people to grow it in less than a year, 12 months or less. But they got to do it. Now, how much time do you think the average American spends on social media a day? Average American.
A lot. I was gonna say 6
You
hours.
got to stop giving out my secrets, okay?
2.5 hours.
So the average American spends 2.5 hours a day on social media. The average American, I'm talking about every American spends 2 hours and a half.
That's insane.
Some people like Maria, they spend like 8 hours, 10 hours a day on social media.
Because she's on yours.
Yeah, and then on hers. So imagine she's like all day on social media.
Yeah, Maria?
Social media is gonna make you the biggest buck. All right, but you guys have to get on it. Stop questioning it. Stop saying, "Oh, you know what? I don't think Albert's right. I think Albert should get CRMs, and I think Albert should
We
get
have
more
CRMs.
technology. I think Albert should go back to the basics." Look, you gotta get business, because if you don't have business, if you don't make any sales, if you're not working hard, if you don't have a tough mindset, if you're not knowledgeable, if you're not a genius marketer, you will have no shot at all in business.
I know you're always yelling at me, or not yelling at me, but scolding me for not posting. But I'm working on it. I've been a lot more consistent, which is cool. Yeah, I post more than Maria. Italia, no, I've been really bad with her page. It's a lot, but you know, it's a job for our realtors and lenders. They don't have any excuses. All the people, I'm like, we have a studio, we have everything. We have the team to help you. We have the marketing packages, you name it, and we have it. So at the end of the day, it's just creating that time aside, because you are the content. So now, how do you document, get past being embarrassed, and then throw it out there? Because ultimately, you know, that's what it takes to be successful in this current time. Because everybody, even if they're at the bus stop.
Have you posted today, Syl?
Did I post today? I think I did. I did. I posted twice today. What do you mean? Yeah, I posted twice today. So, you know, just figure out what you're gonna, you know, it's gonna look like, and then just go. Like Patty, she records on a Saturday or Sunday, and then she spreads them out throughout the week. She could also do better, and she has 16 in escrow right now.
Look, 54% of all business for realtors comes from social media. So if all you do is social media, you're gonna get deals.
Crazy.
Door knocking, cold calling, open houses, they don't work as good anymore. They don't. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying we're entering a recession for years. And what did people say? Oh, Albert.
Well,
he's wrong.
that's what happens when you hand out so much money.
Albert is, he's fake. Albert rents his stuff. Albert's not
Go
real.
rent it then.
Albert, people have been doubting me for over a decade now. It's kind of funny now. Where are those people now?
Who knows?
They're whispering now. Nobody can hear them. They're still whispering, but nobody can hear
People have big mouths. You know, a lot of people run on assumption, and it's so
Haters
sad.
make me laugh. You know, very few things make me laugh and smile, but haters, poor little people. I'm not nice. Poor little people. They make me laugh. They make me smile. They make me want to enjoy a nice boob click up.
Well,
So-
haters are mean.
Haters are free motivators.
Yeah, they're just mean. People are evil. It's so sad.
But what was I talking about before this? I was saying something.
Social media?
Well, social media, but before I forget, look, if you just tuned in, I just want to remind you that if you're a business owner, small business owner,
Today's episode was brought to you by
Driven Enterprises. If you guys are small business owners and you're making about $200,000 or more, we are having this, and you're in California. If you're in California, a small business owner making $200,000 a year or more, I have a steal of a deal right now that's only $5K. So $5,000. This is a ticket that's $10,000 because you come and spend all day with me and Syl here at the headquarters. So it's a special deal. We only have one ticket available, and this is like where you come and you spend all day here, and we go over like your systems, your processes, operations, how to build business culture, investing, networking, what CRM to use and how to blow up, how to use it, sales, marketing, building your personal brand. And then we show you our headquarters. It's in person, like one-on-one. And you see all of our state-of-the-art headquarters, like from the studio here where we're at, locker rooms, showers, training center, bar, lounge, gym, balcony, conference rooms, every single thing, every single department, accounting, processing, transaction coordinating. Like we have so much here. We have an escrow company. We have a business funding company. We just have it all, and we are going to share all the secrets. We started 8 companies from scratch, from zero, and we built 5 multi-million-dollar companies that provide $30 million a year in income. So we want to help you avoid making the big mistakes, that cost us to lose a lot of millions. And it's this Saturday here at our headquarters. If you want to come, let me know. DM me Mastermind or comment Mastermind. DM me Mastermind. It's $5,000. So you need to be serious. You need to have, it's $5,000. All right. If you have the $5,000, if you're ready to pull the trigger, you want to come, you're a small business owner, let me know. You're going to come meet us this Saturday. If you can't make it this Saturday, you can come to the next Saturday, the 20th or the 13th, which is this one. And besides the in-person event that starts at 9 in the morning, doesn't end until about 9 p.m., we have session number 1. Then we go to lunch together. Then we have session number 2, session number 3, session number 4. We have a mixer. We shoot content. We have drinks. We put music. It's like the Disneyland for small business owners. Like you're gonna, and if you don't get 10 times the value, I'm gonna give you back $6,000. So I'm gonna give you back $1,000 more. So you could literally come, pay $5,000, then just tell me I didn't get 10 times the value, and you just made $1,000. It's that good that I'm willing to commit to that. Now,
terms apply.
You're also going to get 1 year of my weekly coaching. So you're gonna get 1 year of my business coaching. That's a 1-hour Zoom call every single week. And then remember, I'm a visionary, but Syl is the operator. So she's gonna go over operations, systems, processes, how to hire, how to fire, how to deal with lawsuits, how to deal with the department of whatever industry regulates you, whether it's the Department of Real Estate or any other industry. She's gonna go over all of that, how to handle, write people up, fire people, like every single detail about business you're gonna get here. If you're serious about it and you want to attend, then DM me Mastermind right now or comment Mastermind. We only have 1 VIP ticket left for this Saturday. So you gotta let me know right now. I'm gonna give you the VIP ticket. This is usually $10,000, but I'm gonna give it to you for $5K. But you gotta let me know right now. It is first come, first serve. So you gotta let me know right now. And then one thing to close out, so that I want to jump into is you talked about consistency. Consistency is key. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to get results. It's going to take some time, but you got to remain consistent. But another thing is tracking.
Yeah.
You got to track what's work, and you got to double down, triple down on what gets you the biggest ROI, return on investment. So return on your time, what you're doing. So that's why, like, I used to try, I try everything. But if I don't get results, I stop it quick. And I just focus on what's getting me the results that I want. So that's why when people see me like, Albert, you're working out, you have your routine, you work out, you do lives, you do podcasts, you shoot content, you're posting a lot. Now you're posting 8-10 times a day on 7 different platforms.
Crazy.
You're doing more speaking engagements. You're doing, like, I'm doing what works. I'm doing what's making me money. We're thriving. We're blowing up. We're taking off. This is just the beginning. Like, this is going to be, like, you guys are going to look back and you're going to be like, damn, I remember Albert saying that. And for those of you that are the fans watching, you know who you are, then look, you're going to watch me from the sidelines, and I'm going to celebrate, and you're going to have to watch me celebrate. And if you blocked me or you're trying to hide from me, don't worry. Patrick puts me on his page. Wes Watson puts me on his page. Brad Lee puts me on his page. Ryan Pineda puts me on his page. I have all these people that so whether you want to hide from me, you're always gonna see me, and I'm gonna let the success, because that's what you have to do. You let the success speak for itself. Biggest revenge is massive success.
Yeah.
So whether you hate me or you love me, you still flow me. And so tracking is very important. Track, like if you got to know how many likes do I have to get in a day to get a lead. So if that's 400 likes, if it's 1,000 likes, then you gotta track how many views, how many comments, how many shares do I have to get on in a day to get X amount of leads. You gotta track that. Like people were asking me, hey, Albert, so like how many, like tell me, how do you track? Look, you know that I send 1,000 DMs a day?
That's a lot.
People ask me, how many DMs you send? 100? No, I would die if I do. I send 1,000 DMs a day. 1,000 DMs a day.
That's a lot.
I am live on all 7 platforms 2 hours a day. I try to throw in like a podcast, like something else. So I'm always active, and I know social media is 54% of your income. So if you're a realtor, so I'm gonna be on social media, and I'm gonna be pumping out content all day long if I can. Like it's just a no-brainer. Why are you wasting your time doing non-money making activities? All your seconds should be spent on money-making activities. So if social media works, why wouldn't you be on social media? Look, if you're a stripper out there and you're stripping for money, adapt. You gotta stop being a dinosaur stripper and get on OnlyFans. Go virtual.
So true.
Go on social media.
I'm sure that's better than stripping.
Way better. Shoot some content.
Nobody touches you.
Okay?
Yeah,
Nobody has to touch you. Like you don't like, listen, look, I don't want to get too into the X-rated details because I have my daughter here with me. But listen,
She's not
if you're watching this and you're a stripper, or maybe you have to like go out and do things that you don't like, get on OnlyFans, get on social media. You'll make 10 times more money. You don't have to see anybody. You know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. Listen to Albert. If you want to hire me, you're a stripper, reach out. Send me a DM right now. Send me a DM. I will help you 10x your income. Okay? So reach out to me, DM me stripper, and I'll help you. I'll even help you get a house.
DM me, make it rain.
3.5% FHA. I'll get you in. You don't even have to show your income docs. Okay? I know you get paid cash. I'll help you qualify for a FHA 3.5%. Get 4 units. Rent 3 of them. Live in 1. After a year, you move out. You rent all 4. Look, I know like some people might be confused. They think I'm joking. I'm not joking. Like I learned all of this knowledge with all my experience. You know, like I have a lot of experience. So I'm here to help. Consistency is key. Everything you measure improves. If you don't measure something, it's not going to improve.
Right.
You measure it, you track it, and then you eliminate things that are not getting you the results, and then you triple down on the things that are getting you the results, and then you live the life of your dreams, and everything is perfect. You know, you're in shape, you look good, you have nice skin, you drink good champagne, you have a nice beautiful office, you have the car of your dreams, you have the house of your dreams, you travel, you spend money, you have dinner at expensive restaurants every single night, and life is good. Life is beautiful, but you got to do all of these things, and I'm going to let you close it out with a takeaway that you got today, Syl.
I don't think I've ever, I mean, all my takeaways a lot of them are from you with just all these years, but, you know, you just have to commit and figure it out later. You know, that's one thing about you, that you just say you're going to do something and you don't even know how, and then we'll just figure it out and then we'll get there. And then once we get there, we're like, okay, now where are we going? And so on and so forth. And 16 years later, here we are. It's crazy. It's been a wild ride. But it's the journeys. I love working. Like I always tell people, you know, we have our agents here in the office and we're always here. So, you know, I tell people, I'm like, I don't even know what I would do. Like if I didn't have to work anymore, I think I would still be here. because you get to a level that I'm like, I literally could go do anything, but I'm like, what am I gonna go do? Go shopping? Like I could just order online. But I'm like, you know, bring my daughter, like she could come whenever she wants. She even skipped school today. naughty one.
Dun.
You've been skipping school quite often.
Italia. She's so funny. But you know, like, again, the life of your dreams, right? And that's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot from you. And I think you have to learn not only from winning, but we learn mostly from failure, right? And that's why this 5K mastermind, I wish there was something like that for us back then, because it would have saved us a lot of money. Just even 3 huge takeaways, right? As far as employing people in California goes, that would have saved us a lot of money alone. So just kind of get around the right people. Don't be afraid to change. And what do you want out of life? Because I feel like a lot of people are just winging it. They don't even know what they're doing, right? Like me and you mastered being realtors and lenders. Then we opened up the company. And then you got to figure out different things, recruiting, driving more sales, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just never ending. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we end up. But I love working. What else is there to do?
I like spending money.
Oh, well, I like that too, but there's not a lot of time left.
I like popping some champagne, Veuve Clicquot on a daily basis and still having a 6-pack.
It's because you run a lot. I hate running. I don't know how people run. No, I even hate stairs too.
Yeah, well, you got to do the things you hate. That's just laziness.
Well, I did 20 minutes of stairs today, and then we came here. And
That's called laziness.
I went to yoga for an hour, and then I did another 20 minutes.
I wouldn't
so today I did really
I wouldn't
good.
do yoga if they put a gun on my
You wouldn't be
my
able
chest.
to. It's not that. You trust me.
Yoga's for girls.
No, yoga's for strong people.
Yoga's for women. I'm not like that.
So figure out your life, guys. Don't worry about what people think about you. I know it's hard, but you get used to it. You get used to people liking you, people hating you, people envying you, or whatever it looks like.
You gotta get haters. If you want to be successful, get haters. If you have haters, please send the haters my way. I eat haters for breakfast. You want to keep this?
That's fine.
You want haters? I eat them for breakfast. Haters are like my biggest fans. Haters have wet dreams about me. Haters watch me from the sidelines. Haters don't have Ferraris anymore. They don't have the Bentleys anymore. They don't have the Rolls Royces anymore. They don't have the Lambos anymore.
Well, you gotta work hard.
That's why they hate.
To keep them. Something is one thing.
They're my little bitches.
Getting something is one thing.
Cheers to you guys watching me from the outside.
Keeping it is a totally different thing. Would you agree? Getting something is one thing. Keeping it is another thing. And then for so many years,
some of those people they got gifts from the guy up there. You know, they didn't deserve to have certain materialistic things, but they got a gift from the guy up there, but they don't know how to get it. You know, they got it as a gift. So, like, if you are a girl or a guy watching this, and you're thinking, Albert, what are you talking about? Look, if things that are given to you, they're not earned.
Right.
If you earn things, you keep them permanent. But when people give you things, and you are unethical, then you're gonna lose it. You're gonna have to pawn it. You're gonna have to give it back, or karma will just take care of it.
Right.
But when you earn things with hard work, you know, you're gonna keep them permanent.
Always do the right thing.
So always do the right thing. Work hard, and like Syl said, to end this. Right now is not the pretenders' time. 2021 to late 2020 was easy times. 2022 still easy, but it was starting to change.
Right.
But anybody was able to do good back then. The people that see in moments of chaos and when the economy's down, a lot of contraction happens. And the people from 7-Eleven that were making $700,000 a year selling mortgages, they can't do that anymore. Because before, like 7-Eleven people, Costco people, anybody can make $700K in mortgages.
Right.
Now, you have to be the greatest in closing. I'm not talking about sales. Like if you're good in sales, that's cute. You got to be a great closer. You got to be the greatest closer. Closers close. Good salespeople, they're average. You know, you got to be the greatest closer. You got to be the greatest, most knowledgeable in your industry. You got to have the greatest, toughest mindset, and you have to be the greatest genius marketer. Those 4 things, you'll blow up and nobody's going to stop you. You're going to be unstoppable. But remember, you have to remain coachable. You have to remain coachable, hungry. What's another one? Humble, hungry, and coachable.
And execute.
And your mentor is not going to execute for you. Like, I have so much information that I give in these 5K masterminds, but it works for those that execute. So with that said, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to let Syl say bye-bye to you guys.
Good night.
See you next week.
See you next week. Say bye, Italia.